Hey everyone, it's me, Gavin Vengeance, and today we are going to talk about Genshin Impact. Surprise, surprise. But it's actually going to be something that's a little bit of a hot take, kind of like a rant, I guess, more than anything. But I just can't help but to notice that a lot of like reviewers or like these big like influencers and all this stuff that like talk about the game always kind of go back to the point of, hey, it's a gacha game. Be careful with your money. Oh, they're gonna try to paywall you at some point and you're not gonna be able to progress, or like, it's gonna get really grindy at a certain point and everything. Where I disagree, honestly. I've been playing Genshin Impact since launch, and honestly, I have spent money in this game. I didn't have to, and to make a point of that, from what I'm going to be trying here in the near future, something that I've already started actually, is I'm going to do a complete no-wish run of Genshin Impact to prove that honestly you really don't need to spend any money. And I know that a lot of people are just trying to like put that information out there so other people be cautious with their money and not go broke or anything from paying into a gacha game, which again I think is the case for any and every gacha game. It's not like Genshin Impact is something that's completely new in terms of like microtransactions or giving you a chance at like pulling on a rare character or any of that stuff, like timed banners, all of that sort of thing. But the thing about it is, I think it's just because of like the overall popularity of the game since it came out that a lot of people are kind of like looking to find something nitpick about it, or to be like, I don't really like this game because it's popular, so I gotta find something to shit on it about, right? So here's this thing, oh, it's gonna take all your money and it's gonna, make you go bankrupt. No, I don't think that's the case at all. So the thing that I was saying yesterday to my fiance about this is just like, yeah, you know what? Like, a lot of people really have this negative like view on gacha games, and they don't realize that the game's not twisting your arm at all in order to spend money. Yes, it does introduce you to the aspect of being able to spend money, or use like the primo gems or premium currency, as you will, to buy these characters. But at no point does it actually gatekeep you in order to buy those characters. It does give you the option to pull on the starter banner, which the game very much gives you more than enough currency to pull on the starter banner 2 times to get a Geo character, if you only want to use like animal character in combination with Noelle's Geo power. You will need to use Geo and Animo for 1 point in the game if you want to activate like a certain puzzle. But it's not required. Again, I don't think you need to spend any money whatsoever. I don't even think you even need to wish at all in this game in order to complete the majority of the content. So I've started up, like I said, this other account where I'm just going to be going through the game, not using even the starter wishes, and just trying to get as far as I can. So if you guys are interested in like seeing how my progress and everything works out with that, then you're more than welcome to follow me over on Twitter at Gavin Vengeance, where I'm going to be posting periodic updates as I'm going through the game, and just kind of, cataloging like my entire journey with this, and trying to not use any currency whatsoever and succeed in all of the content. I'm going to try my hardest to get through Spiral Abyss. I'm not really sure that's going to turn out too well with, Amber, Kaya, Lisa, Barbara, jungling, and, our main character, Aether or Lumine. I'm probably missing a character there, but it doesn't really matter. The point is that I'm fairly certain you can complete the majority of the content. And again, Spiral Abyss, in my opinion, is not really mandatory content in terms of like the overall story or any of that stuff. So again, I really think that it's a lot of misinformation on like these big influencers' part, and it's kind of aggravating a little bit to me, at least, considering the fact that I really think that this is an extremely well-made game. I don't think it deserves like the hate that it does get. And even though people will say like, oh, I spent X amount of dollars on this game, and it sucks, I think that's complete bullshit. Like, me personally, I think the game's fantastic. I know a lot of people are hating on it now currently because of like patch 1.4, and there's a content drought, or whatever you want to call it, a lack of content. Again, I think that's bullshit. And people saying that the content's too easy when, you go and spend, I don't know, $30,000 on the game. The game's going to be easy if you're spending $30,000 on the game. You can't really put that into relative terms in order to be like, oh yeah, I completed this fight in 5 seconds. You know who you are. You're probably not watching this video anyways, but you know, you can't say, oh, I completed this fight in 5 seconds, so that must mean that the average player can beat it in 40 seconds. It's gotta be easy. It's like, no, dude, it's not really that cut and dry. A lot of people don't really have the knowledge of like how to min-max their characters or what equipment they need, or they probably don't even have the luck or the RNG on their side to get the equipment or the stats that they want to be are using, you know what I mean, for the characters. It's not so simple to just be like, if I can complete it in 5 seconds, then this is not hard enough. For some people, it may be a little bit more difficult, and honestly, myself personally, on an account where I did spend money, I still had to retry that final quest at least one time. And maybe you can say, hey, yeah, maybe you just suck at the game or whatever it is, but the point still stands. If you're gonna spend, you know, over 10k on a game, it's probably gonna be a little bit easy for you. Just putting that out there. If you're gonna spend, you know, $100, $200 on the game, you're probably still gonna have a little bit of a difficult time depending on your luck, and that's just how it is with these games. Again, you don't need to go bankrupt. I don't encourage anybody to go bankrupt, but I'm still 100% confident that you can complete the majority, I'm gonna say like 95% of the content in this game without ever having to wish. So even if it's only to prove it to myself, I don't really care. I'm just chronicling like my journey with this no wishes run on my Twitter. And again, I know you guys might think that this is like a bit of a heated rant or anything, and it is coming off that way, but I really don't appreciate the flack that the game gets. Like, it's completely unwarranted in my opinion, and I honestly think that if you guys have an opportunity to play Genshin Impact, at least give it a try. Maybe it's not your cup of tea. Maybe you don't like the open world, like Breath of the Wild type gameplay or whatever. Sure, by all means, this is not the game for you. But if you do like that, if you do like fast-paced action combat where you're constantly switching between characters and, you know what I mean, a gigantic open world to explore and everything, then by all means, give this game a try. You really don't have to spend any money into it. It's just, I don't know, it's crazy to me to think that somebody's gonna actually shit on this game because it's you know, it's asking for money when it really doesn't try to force you to spend money. That's crazy to me. And to go back to the whole like, oh, I spent X amount of dollars and the content's too easy. I mean, if you're streaming for like 8 hours a day playing a game, Genshin Impact's probably not that game for you. Honestly, I think it's probably meant to be experienced in like 2 to 3 hour chunks each day. Do your dailies, grind out your stuff, put it down, go play something else. You know what I mean? I don't think that this is supposed to be a oh, there's endless content, this is never gonna get boring, this is never gonna get a little bit dull. It's kind of crazy, and to expect that, especially at this point in time with everything going on with the pandemic, I mean, you gotta find a hobby. You really gotta find a hobby, and it really makes me think of like MMOs in general, and just how everybody's in a rush or a panic to do all the latest content, and then they rush through it, and then they spend all of their like time, they don't take any breaks for like days on end, and they expect everybody to be, you know, completed of that content and then have fully knowledgeable of it and just be like, there's nothing to do. I don't care if I completely rush through it in the first couple of days that it's released. There's nothing to do. This is garbage. This is a complete shit game. It's nonsensical, man. It really is. But anyways, that's pretty much gonna do for my rant. I promise my next video is probably not gonna be as heated as this, and, you know, standoffish or whatever, or opinionated. But I really don't think this game deserves the shit that it gets, honestly. Anywho, if you guys want any more Genshin Impact related content, be sure to hit subscribe. Like the video if you like it. If you guys disagree with what I'm saying, by all means, leave it in the comments. I'll fight you there. If you agree with me, then I'll give you a like. And again, if you want to follow my journey over on Twitter at Gavin Vengeance, you guys can probably catch a Twitch stream at some point in time. Twitch.tv Gavin_Vengeance. That's gonna do it for my Genshin rant. Thank you guys very much for watching. As always, I appreciate it, and I'll see you all for the next one. Take care. Peace.